This next question is for you, David. Many young people today are feeling the financial pinch of skyrocketing rents and house prices. Many Catholics, even traditional Catholics, are using NFP to limit children or put off having children until they can, quote, afford them. I have heard that every child comes with a loaf of bread under their arm. I am trying to tell people that God will provide. Often, if you make a leap of faith, that God will provide even better than you realize. People don't believe me and cite people on welfare. How do I answer them?
Anyone else make some points here? I would simply say you seem to be thinking already the correct way. Back to Angelica's point, you do have to trust God. And I would say what I perceive in that attitude is too materialistic. And so God has blessed me with 7 children. And they're the greatest treasures I have. They're the greatest thing. They're the greatest source of joy. They're the greatest of happiness. They give me purpose. There is no material quantity for my child. Like, give me $100 million of my child, I'll take my child. We forget, I think, sometimes that they have an eternal soul and that they're destined for heaven. And if that will have more value than anything. So, why are we talking about money and finances? If God wants to give you this child, He's going to give you the graces in the sacrament of matrimony in the church that you're married by correctly. He's going to give you the graces to get that child to heaven, and He believes you can get them to heaven, which is why He's giving you that child. And you have to correspond and cooperate. And if you live a more impoverished life, and if you don't have as much money or as much food or as much vacations or as much cars or as much whatever material, it pales in comparison to the joy your children bring you here in this life and the eternal joy thereafter. So they really need to shift their focus.
Children are expensive. It's all right. They're also your best hobby. They become your hobby. It's a binary state. You either have children or you don't. And if you don't have children, then your financial worldview is one thing. If you do, it changes dramatically and it shifts toward the children. What's remarkable, and it sounds to me like these are people who do not have children, the difference between having a child and having children financially, it's not that much. And things just happen. They grow. They come one at a time, but they grow quickly. This person needs to be careful, though, because if you enter into marriage without the intention of having children, there's a validity issue there. It's called a bonum prolis. You can actually put yourself outside of marriage if you do not intend to have children. So that's something to be careful. The whole NFP thing, what control you have over the children that come to you, that's a totally different conference. That's an entire weekend-long conference. But this talks about under what intentions do I enter into marriage, and there's absolutely no gray area there.